My name is Garcia Lopez-Paul, and I am the creator of the documentary you are about to watch. Now, before we begin, I must warn you, this is not for the faint of heart. My production team and I heard rumors and disturbing stories about one of the classes available to juniors and seniors at Staples High School. We set out to find out if there is any truth in these stories. You have been warned.
I was a wide-eyed sophomore.
I was going to love it. It sounded so fun.
It's an AP class, so it's gonna be hard, sure.
The teacher who explained it seemed so nice.
Here is what the course catalog says about AP Lang. The College Board writes that the AP English Language and Composition course is intended to provide high school students who are interested in studying and writing various kinds of analytic or persuasive essays on non-literary topics with a college-level English option in language, rhetoric, and expository writing. The Staples AP Language course will offer students the opportunity to analyze both works of fiction and nonfiction for ideas and rhetorical structure. One of the biggest sections in AP Lang are the multiple choice tests. They're basically like the SAT or ACT English section, where you read a passage and answer questions on the passage, but they're much, much harder.
Well, when the passage is published in the 21st century, it's all good. But when they're super old, you know you have to cancel your weekend plans.
When the passage was published in 1612, we have a problem.
Okay class, new passage. We'll be reading and writing an essay on this passage in 1 week. And it was published in year 1.
What?
So this passage was written in year 1 and it got popular by year 3.
How can something be published in 1? What does that even mean? They didn't even have printing presses back then. She literally handed out a piece of parchment paper with handwriting on it.
Of course class, sometime in the next week we're gonna have a pop paraphrase quiz.
The paraphrase quizzes. Not only are the paraphrase quizzes hard, but there's also the issue of the timing.
There's 50 minutes for a quiz, but there's like 330 questions.
That amounts to 6.9 questions per second.
We would have these pop paraphrase quizzes, and when I say pop, I mean pop. You never know, you're always afraid.
I was once just eating lunch in the cafeteria. But then...
Pop multiple choice!
It was traumatic.
I once had a pop multiple choice in math class.
Good morning class.
That doesn't sound like...
Pop paraphrase quiz.
We still haven't found the real Miss Peters.
These quizzes were meant to test how well students understood the passages that they were reading in class.
The passages got so much harder.
They got so much more impossible to understand.
The midterm was hieroglyphics. Give me the tissue. Give me the tissue. I stopped counting the days.
We spent 3 weeks on the connotation of the word because. Like, because.
I don't remember the last time I slept.
And we could just keep doing it again and again and again and again and again.
What year is it?
Everything has a meaning. Everything has a rhetorical strategy. There's no way the author actually meant any of this.
And the metaphors our teacher uses don't help.
They're all food metaphors.
This essay is a chicken fajita. 3 large chicken wings. MLK is pepperoni pizza, but Malcolm X is Hawaiian. 1 very long noodle. This essay is a bowl of soup. But obviously, in the middle of the soup, there's an avocado, chips and guac, a deep fried turkey, beans.
I just don't understand.
Along with the multiple choice passages, there are 3 types of essays. There's argument, which basically is you have to defend, challenge, or qualify a statement. There's synthesis, which is basically argument, but they give you the sources to use. And there's rhetorical analysis, where you're given a passage and you have to analyze the rhetorical strategies that the author uses in the passage. Can you tell us about the essays?
Okay, so the Lang essays are a journey, let me tell you. You have to write them in pen, and God, little Jimmy learned that the hard way.
Little Jimmy wrote his essay in pencil once, and our teacher, in all her knowledge of rhetoric, destroyed him.
I made a précis about it. Let me find it. Our teacher in that speech that day revealed to the class every flaw in Timmy's being. She supported this with appeals to pathos, levels of detail, and parallel syntax. She revealed these flaws in order to convince Timmy that he had no purpose and is a waste of oxygen. She spoke in a savage and merciless tone to an audience which was a broken child.
It was disgustingly Rogerian. She established a connection with Timmy so that the argument that came after would be much more powerful. At first I thought she was complimenting him, but by the end of it, everyone was in tears.
Okay, so for the midterm essay, we had a synthesis. You know, the one where they give you the sources? Except these sources!
The sources for this synthesis essay were extreme. The first source was in Japanese. The second source was just a diagonal line and a dot. The third source was blank. The fourth source was a YouTube link. The fifth source was the entire B-movie script. And the last source was the president's tweets with a contrast all the way up. Everything the students do all year is in preparation for the AP test. All of the studying, all of the panicking, all of the sleepless nights is in preparation for the AP test.
I opened the AP test and it was nothing. It must have been for kindergartners.
All of our pain was for nothing.
And that's why you should take AP Lang.